Hello, Blissful Beings. This is Barbara Bottolotti with Blissful Business Mentorship, and I am here to talk to you today about branding. And that's a big, big subject. So I am just going to give you some ideas and some inspiration. And branding wasn't such a big deal maybe 20 years ago, 10 years ago, but it's a big deal now. And that is because you want to be able to set yourself apart from other people doing similar things that you're doing, but also you have only so much time to be able to give people an impression and experience the energy, who you are and what you offer. And so your branding, whether it's your colors, your font, the different platforms that you're on and how you communicate, that all needs to be consistent and be an expression or an extension of who you are and what you offer. So I've had so much branding. In fact, my former husband was in the graphics and advertising business. So I learned firsthand many, many years ago about the importance of branding and colors and fonts and print material and electronic and so on. So let me share with you a couple of things. One is that one of my clients, Khalees Horst, does wellness programs for school districts in Wisconsin. And so when she came for her VIP out to Seattle last year, when we were working on things, I asked her, where did she get the name Steeping Wellness? And what were her programs or packages? She didn't really have her programs or packages mapped out, not only what the content was of those packages, but the pricing and the different components of how they would break out as far as her offerings. And so I liked her name because the Steeping Wellness was about infusing wellness into a company, or in this case, it was the schools that she worked with. But she had the logo. I don't know if you can see that. It was like a little cup, and then it was kind of a cursive Steeping Wellness font. And so we were talking about the programs, and I said, what if you had 3 programs, kind of a basic overview awareness type program, and we'll call that like chamomile. And then maybe the mid-grade program, which is they're doing more than just awareness. They actually have some programs that are in place that are actually making an impact, more of an overview impact, but making an impact. Let's call those maybe, I think we came up with green tea. And then we were talking more about more of an in-depth program where it makes a huge impact. Maybe they've already done the chamomile and the green tea program, and they really are doing something that makes a huge impact and has had some traction and momentum. And so we called that the Earl Grey. And so just by naming those programs allowed her to identify with her brand, which was Steeping Wellness, and then everything else went from there. And Khalees just went on Canva, which is one of the platforms that you can use to do your own design. There's also Moo, M-O-O, that's through Microsoft. But she just went with, kind of like the whole school with it being this brown paper. Then she did a lot of her print materials that was on that type of paper. The programs that she put together for, I think it was more of the Earl Grey, and also probably the green tea. So again, she just used her branding and her colors, which are this lime green, chartreuse with a tangerine orange color. And then because we came up with the programs, she went ahead and went on Vistaprint and got the mugs created, which I think were like $6 or $5 or $8, somewhere around there, under $10 for sure. She packaged her tea bags. She put all of this together along with more information about some of the programs that she offers in the Steeping Wellness, chamomile, I think, or even the Earl Grey. And again, just really kept consistent with her brand. And then she packaged it all and again, used colors that were part of her brand. And so she had the mug, the tea, because as we were talking about, okay, you've got these programs. Now you have to put them in front of somebody's eyes to consider bringing you in to talk to them and convert them into a sale. So we were talking about that more, and she thought about just doing something like this, which is this is great. I said, but no, you need to really be able to like stand out. And that's where we came up with, okay, well, let's do the mug. Let's get the tea bag. Let's kind of package it in such a way that they have to see it. They have to look at it. So now they can make themselves a cup of tea, and they can sit down and they can read about, okay, what are these programs? What is she doing for teachers and for staff? And how is that helping them with not only an absenteeism and productivity and serving the students, because they're also getting the care, the self-care, the wellness that they need to be able to do their job. So branding is so important. And then you got to know how to package it. You need to know how to call it something that really stands out for people. And again, is consistent with who you are and your brand. Okay, so there's a couple little resources I want to give you. So let me go ahead and screen share. So Allison came about from one of my clients, actually. The client is Janice Leilani, who is one of my health coaching clients. And so Janice and Allison, who has Mood and Wit Studios and is a branding expert as well as a graphic artist and so on, she created Janice's colors and her whole font with her name being the brand. Let me also show you in Allison's. So here's mine. So we came up with new, fresh colors, and then we went in from there to create a lot of the other pieces, like the business card, the Facebook banner, and so on, and other things that will be used on my website. So I just wanted to be able to share Allison, moodandwitstudios.com. Look her up. She is in Seattle, but she obviously can do things virtually. And the other thing I wanted to share with you, which this kind of was my inspiration. It inspired me because I was watching this ad.
Towels, since their inception.
Plain. Let's bring it back to the beginning.
So let's watch this for a minute. I think it's a couple minutes.
4 years ago, during a board meeting, we had an idea. We started SandCloud, a brand dedicated to making a difference in the world by protecting our oceans and marine life.
So they have a brand. They said creating a brand, not a towel, but a brand that had a purpose. So when Khalees or any of my clients look at what their brand is, what is your why? What is your purpose? Because that helps Allison and other people that are going to work with you in identifying your brand, or even somebody that's working on your website, to be able to help you figure out what is your brand.
So we quit our corporate jobs, moved in together. My mom thought we were crazy. We started designing better beach towels, fixing everything that was wrong with them. Too bulky, sand sticks, boring designs. We did our research.
All right, there they went into what the problems are. What are the problems or pain points that people have, right? Sand is sticking to the towel, too bulky, boring designs.
And found that hand-woven Turkish cotton makes for the world's best beach towels.
They did their research, they did their homework, they became experts.
Not only are they lightweight, super durable, multifunctional, but we made them sand-free.
Did you say sand-free?
Isn't this clever? Really
raised
good.
Money on Kickstarter, got a deal on Shark Tank, and people noticed. I think we're onto something. Built a great company with an incredible team, got a company dog, took an amazing trip. Maybe next year. built the world's biggest ambassador team, found out they wanted more, and started launching new products like
engaging.
shirts, hoodies, leggings, and water bottles to help keep plastics out of our oceans. We threw out our opinions and let our community vote on new products and designs, which made happy customers around the world.
So I want you to watch this maybe and again, and just start to pull out, and maybe there's some other ads that you see, and you can start to really identify what sets them apart. I mean, you can tell that they're fun. You can tell that they're progressive. You can tell that they work together as a team for a better planet. They have a lot of background that shows their brand being the water, the oceans, the water bottles, and then also their product infused with that.
And we did all of that to have more moments like this. And this.
Is this real? Oh my God.
And this.
And that's the other thing. They have a little motto. They have a little tagline, save the fishies, which brings into this heart of the business, the innocence of protecting something that we love, and doing what we can as a community, a worldwide community. You can see why this is a successful company.
And we're just getting started. We have done this together, our community, our team, our parents, our ambassadors.
Thank you all for making this possible. You've shaped our brand from the very beginning.
And because of you, we're able to make a difference.
And as our business grows, so will these moments.
All right. So I really, really wanted to share that with you. I was so excited when I watched that video. I watched it a few times. And I want you to also be inspired. I want you to be creative and really come up with like, okay, what's my brand? What's the reason that I'm doing what I'm doing? I mean, for me, I want to see you successful. I want to see you profitable. I want to help you in that whole creative process. But then I also want you to have the know-how to be able to make it happen, just like those guys did, just like all my clients do. So do that homework for yourself, because the more that you really are clear about who you are and what you do and what you offer people that's like nobody else, that's going to help communicate your brand, whether it's in your video, your Facebook Live, your website, your print material. It doesn't really matter. It matters that you're coming from your heart, your mind, and your purpose. All right. This is Barbara Badalotti. Let me help you find your purpose if you don't know yet. And I'm on the Blissful Business Mentorship, and you can find me on Facebook under Blissful Business Coach and Bliss Biz on Instagram. And so guess what my brand is? It's all about bliss, being bountiful, blissful, and having that in your life and your business. All right. I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for tuning in.